Day 13 started from removing the stitch from my deep wound. It was improved to a scratch that I bandaged back. After that, for the first time in my playthrough, I decided to check my stats, only to find out that I was already underweight. This made me understand that I cannot take it easy and I have to get rid of every single zombie around my base fast, because I need junk food or else I will get weaker each day. This is why, after fast forwarding till 6 AM, I went to the back entrance and started shouting multiple times, then went to my killing spot where I did the same. A decent group was responding to my call. The first 10 was quite easy to kill, but then a group of 3 climbed through together. Thankfully, they didn't initiate the grab attack and I was able to deal with them before another one joined them. My positioning was bad, but I was able to interrupt the push using my pipe before killing him. After the next 2, it seems that the fast bunch was dead and I had time to read and rest. Later, because of my bad positioning, I didn't saw the next jumping through. But beside the need to push him back down, it was not a problem to deal with. Seconds after, another came to die. After that, a long line of Zeds was reaching my location. I killed the first, but the second tanked the stomp, allowing the next to push me down. No injury was taken and I went back inside through one of the windows cleared yesterday. Once upstairs, I had to stun the Zed standing too close to the window before climbing through. They came back to fight me on the roof, but this time they were spread out, allowing me to kill 11 of them before I leveled up short blunt. After that, I dealt with another 3 before I was able to rest, while reading my Agriculture Volume 1 skill book. 30 minutes later, the next group of 2 got through. I stunned the first with my feet and killed the second with the pipe. I missed to hit the first by stomping, but thankfully bonking his head with the pipe was enough to fix the issue in time before I had to kill the next visitor. It was taking too much time for the last to come, and I was risking to catch the corpse disease, staying on this pile much longer. So after killing the next one, I went downstairs to wait for more victims and take a breath of fresh air. After dealing with another one, the surroundings seems to be clear. But I knew that they were just hiding, so I started to yell multiple times. And I was right. One by one they started to reach the end of their miserable lives. Despite a few mistakes, I was able to dispose 20 of them without incidents. After that, I had some moments of peace that I used to change my bandage. To my delight, I found out that I was fully healed. Later, only one more came before I decided to get back inside and take a break from the corpse's stink. So I felt confident enough to go downstairs, sit on the chair of my stockpile table, and read for 30 minutes my agriculture book. After that, I went to the west from the base, where I found a victim to add to my kill count. From here, I checked my surrounding, and I noticed a small horde near the wrecked car. Ignoring them, I went to the north instead, where I heard some Zed laments. I gave him a portion of my bloody boots, and this caught the attention not only of 2 members of the wrecked car gang, but also more were emerging from the north tree line. Unaware of the real numbers, I decided to yell to attract them all. Then went to my staircase, only to yell another time to help them find their way to my roof. Before going up, I waited till the last second that the first was on me and went to the roof. My performance this time was excellent, allowing me to drop 15 without any issues. In the wait for more, I rested for 10 minutes reading my book. But because I wasn't hearing many, I decided to wait for them on my staircase where I can't catch the corpse sickness. A few minutes later, the last 2 decided to join me on my extermination journey. After that, I started to loot for any useful stuff, the new corpses. After killing a Zed that interrupted me, I found a sharp hatchet with an average handle and perfect head. Finally, something I could use to chop down trees and in case of emergency as a powerful weapon. After taking it, I had to kill a group of 3 before going back to looting. Next unusual item I found was a carving fork in perfect condition. I was interrupted by another 3. Then it was somewhat quiet, but still, I heard one downstairs that I lured to his graveyard. After that, I checked around the base, and after finding out that is clear, I went to the west. This allowed me to spot a horde on the road. A solitary one decided to rest in peace by lying under my boots. Getting closer to the horde, I noticed another one near the one-story house. One member of that gang somehow was able to spot me, so I gently massaged his cranium and accepted his hunting knife as payment. Another 3 asked for the same treatment. The first didn't barter a thing in exchange, the second gave me his watch, and the third had a powerful spear with kitchen knife in perfect condition to offer. After defeating 2 more, I reached the house and from there dealt with the next Zed on the road. At this point it was too dark to continue, so I went back in my base, drank a quarter of my ginger ale to calm the hunger and lose the tiredness. After that I did some loot organization. The main change was to place my new weapons and tools in the right bedroom cabinet, considering that my trauma bag was already full of tools. Then to relax a little I chugged 2 sleeping pills and was able to go to bed. I woke up at almost 4 AM because a new watch was ringing, so I had to check all of the corpses to find it. I took this opportunity to get any useful staff in the process. Beside the usual, I found a meat cleaver in almost perfect conditions, seconds after I finally got my hands on the watch, with the 3 AM and 50 minutes alarm to disable. After that I kept looting. This led me to find a kitchen knife in almost perfect condition, and finally a hunting vest in almost perfect conditions, that not only offers 20 scratch defense, but also some of the best insulation from this type of gear. After that, I deposited the new items in their respective containers and went to the sink to fill up again my bottle. This situation was dragging for too long, I'm done, I said to myself while entering my car and using its horn. I knew that this was a bad idea, but I don't want to spend an entire month clearing my surroundings. After waiting for the first to reach my location and see me getting inside the base, I went to the roof. Seconds after it started, in quick succession I had to kill 26 of them. Even groups wasn't able to do a thing. Sure, some of them caused trouble, but I dealt with them swiftly anyway. At that point I was tired, but had a little break to read my book. I wasn't able to restore my breath before the next group of 5. Again I tried to rest, but I didn't have enough time to regain strength before a group of 4 wanted to fight. I was able to one-shot the first 2, but the third was tanking my hits. This allowed the 4th to push me down. I rammed the Zeds to get back inside, but accidentally jumped down from the stairs toward the group. My landing stunned the one approaching from behind, and I restored balance in time to sprint and push away the one that tried to grab me. Upstairs I had to push down a Zed on my way, body stomped another one that just climbed back through the window, and finally I was back on my roof. I killed the first, stunned the second and missed the third. Thankfully his push missed me as well. Trying to finish the last one, the second started to get back on his feet. This is why I turned and killed him with my pipe, before finally finishing the other one. After a new victim enjoyed my boots, I tried to rest more efficiently using my reading chair. But this backfired. In fact, this resulted in the next Zed almost pushing me down. After dealing with him, I went back to the window. Despite out of breath, one by one I was able to kill 7 of them. This resulted in becoming exhausted. Thankfully, I finally had 20 minutes to rest on my chair and recover my forces. Then I killed a new visitor, went inside to rest on my bed and read some pages of agriculture. But seconds after I was interrupted by a Zed that tried to silently grab me. I pushed him down in time, went to the roof and taught him a lesson about privacy respect. After this, I knew that soon I will become tired. This is why I closed my door and took a 2-hour nap. Then went to my staircase and yelled to attract the rest of the horde outside. After killing 6 more, I yelled a few more times from the corner of my roof. While going back to my window, I accidentally fall down, but no injury was taken and I was able to get safely back to the roof. The first 2 was easy, but then a group followed. I messed my stomp and resorted to use the pipe. The next attacks was hitting the same Zed. This allowed the other 2 to get on their feet. While dropping the first, it happened. On day 14 I got injured for the first time by a zombie. Using a combination of stomps and pipe swings, I was able to kill all of them without any further issues. After that I found out that the injury is just a scratch on my head that I closed using an adhesive bandage. Next I killed 4 slow 1 and decided to yell again. This resulted in 7 Zeds joining the dead pile. At this point, my head bandage was dirty, so I went inside to tear a few belts in order to get some leather to use on this wound. After tearing down 2 belts and killing a Zed, I finally was able to tend to my wound. Then I went downstairs and lured the last zombie inside to use one of my first floor windows, allowing me to easily kill him. I knew that is not over. This is why I went again inside my car and used its horn again. Soon enough more were incoming, so I guided the first group to my base entrance before going back to the roof. Despite a few minor mistakes, this led to easy 12 kills. Then I was able finally to rest a few seconds before I had to deal with another 5. After that, I got 30 minutes to sit and continue my agriculture skill book. It took a while for them, but 3 extra got to the roof only to die. It was getting late, and I think that I killed the majority of the horde around the base. So I closed my bedroom door and started looting the new corpses. Between the common loot, I found several watches with the alarm to disable, a sealed beer, a few knives, and finally a can opener. After that I tried to sleep, but woke up in the middle of the night. This is why, after drinking some ginger ale to fix my hunger issue, I started depositing the loot in their respective storage units. But while depositing the can opener, a Zed climbed through the window. So I guided it to my roof before adding him to my corpse collection. After that, I spent the rest of the night finding more common items from the pile.